Hello, everyone. It's Father Bob Gross. It's 11:06 on Friday, February 24th. And I want to make this video because I hope it gets shared with a lot of folks. But what I'd like to do is talk briefly about something very practical that isn't talked a lot about from the pulpit. You don't get the memo when you graduate from Catholic schools. It's more through tradition and finding out from your parents. And I just want to just be very clear about the whole process, and that is how to book a wedding in the Catholic Church. So this video is for all engaged couples, people who are thinking about getting married. I just want to walk you through the practical steps of how to get a wedding booked and what is entailed in preparation for getting married in the Catholic Church. Because I think there's a lot of different information that floats out there, and I just want to clear up some of that. So here's the process of how you get a wedding booked in the Catholic Church. First of all, you're hopefully in love with a person, and that person has proposed to you, and you've agreed to be married to this person. I hope you've prayerfully considered it. Hope you took it to prayer and to realize that marriage is a vocation that God calls us to. So there's the first step. The second step is, I would tell your family after you get engaged and to share the joy of that. That seems to be a natural thing that people do, and it's a good thing. The third person that you want to call, though, or the person right after your parents and family, the person that you want to call right after that is the parish priest, or at least the parish office, to set up an appointment with your parish priest to discuss and to book the wedding. I want to be very clear about this. You call the priest and the parish first, not the reception hall, not the photographer, not the baker, not the caterer, not the travel agent for the honeymoon. The first person that you call is the priest. And the reason why you call the priest is because you want to share with the parish community and the person of the priest the joy of wanting to get married. And then secondly, to determine the date that you would like to have that celebration be done on. And it has to be the parish and the priest first, and then the other events fall into place. Because the first and most important part of a wedding is the celebration of the sacrament of marriage. It's not the reception, and it's not the honeymoon. It is the celebration and the worship of God in the liturgy, in a wedding mass, or in a wedding liturgy outside of mass between a Catholic and a non-Catholic Christian, or a non-Catholic Christian. So that's the most important thing. And when you set up that appointment with the priest will share in your joy, probably find out the story of how you guys got engaged. And then thirdly, the priest is going to probably fill out a form in which he will question the bride and the groom separately. And the reason why those questions are asked is because the priest has to determine whether the bride and groom are free to marry, that there are no impediments that prevent them from receiving the sacrament of marriage. And once those impediments are determined not to be present, then the couple is free to make a date in order to get married. This is a really important, this is of real importance, because there are times when people book the reception hall, book everything else, then book the priest last. And then maybe the priest isn't available. Or maybe the couple doesn't know that they are free to marry. Or maybe there's some issue that comes up before that. And that can be the cause of hard feelings that don't have to be if we contact the parish and the priest first. So I really want to emphasize this. If you get married, that's awesome. But please, after your family, contact the parish priest first. Okay, that's the first point. The second point is this. When you meet with the priest is going to be concerned about the preparation that you will have in order to get married. The analogy I like to use is this. When I first entered the seminary to want to become a priest, the very first class that I wanted to take was how to say the Mass. How do you hold your hands? What is it like to wear the vestments? How do you hold the chalice? What do you do when this happens? How do you celebrate a wedding? How do you celebrate a funeral? How do you celebrate a baptism? I wanted to learn how to do the things that a priest does when he does the liturgy. But guess what? It was the last class that I took in seminary. So after that first initial meeting of setting the date, that'll be the last that you hear about the wedding date for a while in the preparation. So for us in the Catholic Church, we require at least 6 months of preparation. I think typically it works best if you do a year of preparation, 9 months to a year, because it allows you to go through the process that each parish offers each couple to go through in order to prepare for marriage. Because there are 2 things that marriage prep is aiming to do, and that is this: to enhance the couple's freedom and to enhance the couple's knowledge of God and of each other. Because the freer we are, the more we can love. The more we know, the more we can love. So what the purpose of the marriage preparation is, through meetings with a priest, through the attendance of a pre-Cana or engaged encounter, through natural family planning training, through different offerings or sponsor couples that some parishes offer, those efforts are to help the couple to prepare for the life of marriage that will commence on their wedding day. So that's what you're prepared for. So in our 4 parishes, I require the couple to meet with me at least 3 to 5 times. I require a couple to go to a pre-Cana or engaged encounter retreat experience. And I make it available for couples to do some natural family planning training through an online course. That's what I ask every couple to do. Each parish may be slightly different, but it does offer a similar path of how to prepare for marriage. And then about a month before the wedding is the finality and the finalizing of the dates and the times and the ministers of the liturgy, and making sure that everything is prepared for the actual day. So that's the process of marriage preparation. Here's one last point, and then I'll be quiet, and that's this. Typically, people like to get married on Saturdays in the afternoon. The latest that a couple can get married in the Archdiocese of Dubuque is at 2 p.m. That's because of 4 o'clock masses that most parishes have in the Archdiocese. The present practice in our 4 parishes of Kelmer, Festina, Ashen, and Spillville is that the latest that we celebrate weddings is at 1:30 because of the need for me to have travel time to Festina in order to celebrate the Mass there and to hear confessions before. So that's the present practice that we do. But just to let you know, 1:30 on Saturdays does not have to be the only time that you can get married. You can get married on Saturday mornings if I'm available. You can get married on Friday evenings. You can get married during the day of any day of the week, probably Tuesday through Friday. If you like to celebrate a wedding, any one of those days you could. But the most typical time is Saturday because that's when most people are free. Here's the last point that I want to say. Please do not let financial constraints prevent you from getting married in the church. We all want a reception. We all want to have a celebration. But don't let any financial restraint prevent you from getting married in the church. Because the church primarily wants you to be married in the sacrament of marriage and to receive the graces that you need in order to live that lifelong commitment. Could it be as simple as a dinner? Could it be as simple as inviting close family and close friends? Could it be the big event that happens at the Inwood in Spillville? Yes, all of those are possible, but the most important thing is that you consecrate your love in the house of God and before the church's minister. And here's one last point I'll make, and then if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to call the parish office, 563-562-3045. And that's this. Every Catholic is obliged to celebrate marriage according to the rite of marriage in the Catholic Church. If you do get engaged to a non-Catholic Christian, you are more than welcome to marry that person. But if you choose to get married in your fiance's non-Catholic Christian church, you as a Catholic must receive a dispensation in order for that to happen. It's very simple. You approach the parish priest, you tell the situation of, my fiance is Lutheran, we want to get married in the Lutheran church. The church will freely give and grant a dispensation of that so that you can do that, and it will then be recognized by the Catholic Church. If you do not seek that dispensation and you go ahead and get married, you are not considered married in the eyes of the Catholic Church. And that affects the status of receiving the sacraments. So I just want to tell that to you. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate. I hope this video helps you. If it causes more questions, please call me or contact me. May God bless you. And may God bless our engaged couples. May God bless our young people with a desire to live committed lives. And may Jesus strengthen all those who are married in the sacrament of marriage. God bless you.